Today is the day I am going to be ranking all of my Fleur fragrances. I have 23, and yes, I will be ranking the perfumes and the fragrance mists all together in one video because I feel like their fragrance mists are honestly sometimes just as strong as their perfume. So I just really want to rank these based on what I think of the scents, how it wears on me, and it can kind of be a little bit of a Fleur brand overview as well. I started purchasing a lot of their fragrances when Vanilla Skin came out and fell in love with so much of their scents and eventually made it onto their PR list, so they sent me quite a lot of their collection. It is one of my favorite fragrance brands, and I can say that genuinely there's not a lot of Fleur scents that I absolutely despise. I feel like overall it's a brand that has a lot of very pleasing, very unique scents, even though they do release a lot, especially this year. I feel like they came out with so many. I still feel like they come out with pretty unique scents, and it seems like actually a lot of the fragrance mists are on the higher tiers for me than some of the actual perfumes. But let's go ahead and get into this ranking. I will have all of these pop up on the screen as I talk about them, and I will link some of my favorites in the description box if you choose to shop through my links. I do appreciate it. But yes, let's get into this ranking. Starting at the bottom, we're gonna go least number 24 to most favorite number 1. Apparently I already messed the numbers up off the bat, so I think we're ranking 23 in total, so ignore what I say for the first couple of fragrances. I mean 23 and then 22, and I think I accidentally said 2 instead of 22, so just ignore that. The numbers on the screen should be correct. And surprisingly, my number 24, I feel like a lot of people actually like this one, but something does not pull right on my skin, and it is Peach Skin from Fleur. This one has top notes of peach bellini, bergamot, peach skin, heart notes of white freesia, vanilla orchid, jasmine nectar, base of milky sandalwood, sheer amber, and coconut caramel. There is something about this scent that pulls extremely peppery on my skin, and I do have that with a lot of these more skin musk type of scents. It's very odd. So I guess no hate to the fragrance, but I personally do not like how this smells on me, and sometimes our skin can pull stuff different than others. So this one, even though it's my least favorite, I definitely recommend maybe trying it out on your skin. I think they have it at Sephora where you could try it out in store. But for me, it pulls so peppery. I don't really get a juicy peach by any means. It's definitely more of like a skin musk type of scent, which they have a lot of those kind of scents in their line. There's like a hint of peach in the opening, but that dissipates pretty quickly, and I just get a dry down of straight pepper. So not my favorite from the Fleur line. Number 2, another one that I used to actually feel like I liked this, but as I wore it and it sits on my skin, this actually ends up turning very sour, and surprisingly this is a fan favorite. One of the Gourmands, it's actually Heavy Cream. I feel like the dry down on this one is not half bad. Like, it definitely gets better as it wears, but the opening smells very sour milk to me that I just can't get over it. And for me, I know the base is what really matters when it comes to perfumes, but honestly the opening matters for me too. Like, I kind of get my first impression of a scent based on the opening, and that's kind of where my first like impression of the day is going to be. And so that does play a big role of how I think about a fragrance. And yeah, let me know if you guys get that too. But it is supposed to be kind of a milky scent. I was so excited when this launched because the notes sound amazing, but it definitely turns very sour on me in the opening. But I will say the dry down is definitely a little more milky and not quite as potent. It's definitely a little more marshmallowy sweet. The top notes are lemon, sugar, marshmallow, and orange. It has a heart of jasmine blossom, coconut cream, and vegan and bretellide. Base is vanilla mousse, salted caramel, and whipped cream. So I definitely can see the base where I'm getting those soft whipped cream and caramel notes. But yeah, I do get a slight lemon in the opening, a little bit of coconut as well. But yeah, it's just a bit sour on me, so not my favorite. As you can see, I have all kinds of different sizes too. These are the big bottles, I think the 8-ounce ones, and then I also have these little 3-ounce ones as well. So obviously there's going to be a price difference, but these are always great to start out with to see if it's a scent you like. All right, number 21. This one is just not for me. This is Vanilla Smoke. I don't think this is a bad scent overall, but sometimes when stuff smells literally too realistic to a campfire and not as much vanilla, I just don't like it. And this one, I definitely get more campfire burning wood type of a note than I do get more vanilla marshmallow. I honestly prefer this kind of scent profile. Like Finery has a scent called Fireside Vanille that I think is sweeter, and I like that one a bit more. Even Replica by the Fireplace, I can handle that one a bit more than I can this Vanilla Smoke, because this one I'm just getting way too much of that smoky campfire, and it honestly kind of turns my stomach a little bit. So it's definitely not one that I personally like, but if you want something a little more woody, sexy, smoky, you might enjoy this one. I just wish it had more vanilla than it does the woody notes. This has top notes of bergamot and pink pepper and birch, middle notes of cacao, blanc, cashmere, vanilla, tonka bean, and base is incense. Don't love that note either. Peru balsam and amber. Next we are on number 20. I will tell you I am missing, I think, like 3 fragrance mists from this video because I don't have the full collection. They have like a mango scent and they had an amber scent that they first launched with when they had fragrance mists, but those I wasn't really a big fan of either. But I don't have them in this ranking because I no longer have them in my collection. But number 20, this one's going to be Moonstone, and this one just, I think it's a fine scent. It's not bad at all. I just think it's boring. To me, it's a nice like fruity scent, but just nothing that really wowed me from it. The top notes are green apple, pineapple, and black currant. Middle notes of lemon zest, mandarin orange, jasmine, and geranium. And the base is sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. Fruity scents aren't usually like my top favorite. Sometimes if it's a fruity gourmand, then I really like that. But yeah, I don't know. Berry scents just aren't my jam. And this is just like a whole mix of fruits, and I don't really like it that much. I think it's okay, but not my favorite. They definitely have better ones in the collection. This one released at the same time. I do like this one slightly more. It's another fruity one. This is called Dragon Fruit. I like this one a little bit more because it does lean more on the fruity, fresh side, and it's not like a typical berry scent, which I get kind of sick of. But this one does have a lot of fun, just more fresh notes going on. It is gorgeous for the springtime. This has pineapple, dragon fruit, and watermelon in the top. The heart is plum blossom, lotus flower, and peony, and base is sugared amber, vanilla bean, and sandalwood. I think it's the peony that's actually making it a little more fresh. I like that that flower note is not too much. Like, I don't really love a white floral, so peony is perfect because I feel like it gives us this really pretty soft freshness. So I think this one's gorgeous. I definitely smell more of the dragon fruit note than I do get watermelon or pineapple. It's nice, but again, just not in the top. But most of these scents here in the middle I think are fine. They're good, but not like great, if that makes sense for me, of course. Now here's where a bunch of their actual perfumes come in. Right in the middle here, there's a bunch right in a row. So number 18, I have their Golden Rule. And again, this is not a bad scent by any means, but to me, this actually did feel a little basic for the brand. Like, I felt like this year they tried to do some more kind of repetitive scents that we've seen from other designers just to have something similar, and I wasn't really a fan of that because I'm used to Fleur coming out with more unique scents, and this just smelled like every other designer perfume at Sephora, so I was a little underwhelmed with it because it reminds me a lot of like a Prada Paradox, or I'm definitely getting like an orange blossom note, but it also kind of reminds me of YSL Libre, like Intense a little bit. So I just feel like it smells like so many other things, but that's probably pleasing for a lot of people as well. This is kind of like a floral citrus perfume. It has top notes of mandarin splash, pink pepper, and golden pear, heart of orange flower water, jasmine blossom, and coconut milk, and the base is benzoin, sandalwood, and vanilla cream. Number 17, this is Mood Ring. This one I got so excited for the marketing. It was one I purchased myself, one of their earlier perfume launches, and they they had marketed it as smelling as like gummy worms or gummy candy, and I was so excited that I bought it. And it wasn't really giving quite that. It's definitely a fruity, but it's still very floral, and definitely does not smell like gummy worms or anything like that. I don't really get a candy vibe. Yes, it is sweet, but it's still very perfumey, if that makes sense. This one also has a lot of citrus notes in it. It's a little, I would say, sweeter than, let's say, the Golden Rule, less florals, but ultimately I feel like it's very orange blossom heavy, and sometimes that note I just get tired of. The top notes of this one include pitaya, pulp, sweet orange, and fruit gummies. Again, wish I got more of that fruity gummy note. Heart of orange flower, jasmine sambac, marigold bloom, and a base of patchouli, glazed musk, and sheer amber. Number 16, this was a pretty early launch from Fleur as well. This is called Tangerine Boy, and this one to me honestly smells like a straight tangerine peel. I really like this one. It smells very realistic, and it is very unisex, but yeah, it literally smells like a tangerine peel to the T. It has that sweet citrus, and you do get a little of that like acidic note, and I don't know, it smells exactly like you're peeling a tangerine. That's all I can say about this one. It's decent, not a favorite for me, but it does smell good and a little bit more unique, although this year I feel like we have had some more kind of clementine, tangerine, orange type of scents released, but it's nice. Not one that I would probably buy in a full size though. The notes on this include top notes of lemon, ginger, and black pepper, heart of apple, tangerine, and jasmine petal, and the base is amber and moss. But yeah, it's just straight tangerine, like you're literally peeling a tangerine. Okay, number 15, we have, this is Rose Whip. And I feel like this is again Fleur trying to do something that's kind of like done a lot from other brands. I feel like it's their kind of take on a popular Perfumes de Marly Delina, and I love a rose scent, but Rose Whip definitely makes me think more on the gourmand side of things when this really isn't that. But I like this. I do like rose scents as long as they aren't too overpowering and they include some other notes. Sometimes I like sweeter notes with rose. I feel like this one is really pretty for a floral scent. It's not overbearing or too much, but it's not as sweet as like a Delina or a Delina exclusive or a Rose Jam or a Roses Vanille from Mercier. But it's pretty if you're looking for just a really soft, nice rose floral. I honestly think a yummy whipped milky cream note would have made this scent really, really good, and definitely something more that I would really enjoy. This has notes of pink pepper and black currant, heart of rose, osmanthus, and nutmeg, and the base is amber, cashmere wood, and musk. Number 14, this is the iconic Missing Person from Fleur. I feel like this was the first scent to really go viral for them, followed by Vanilla Skin, which we'll talk about later. But I do like this one. We're getting into the scents that are on the top of my list now. And this one, it smells like a warm, cozy hug. It really does. I feel like some people go like very nose blind to the scent because it's not doing too much. It's supposed to be kind of close to the skin. It's supposed to smell like a loved one that you miss, basically. I've seen people literally cry over this scent. I don't know if that's over exaggerating, mostly on TikTok and stuff, but I mean, it is nice, and I think a lot of people really enjoy this one. If you want something easy to wear for every day, good for the office, it's not going to smell too loud and out there, but people might catch it and be like, wait, you smell so good, that reminds me of something. You never know. I do think this one is very pretty if you're looking for more of those skin musk type of very clean but still a little sweet kind of scents. I definitely prefer this one over peach skin, and I feel like these are in a similar family. This has top notes of skin musk, bergamot, nectar, and sheer jasmine, heart notes of fresh cyclamen, neroli blossom, and orange flower, and a base of sandalwood, blonde wood, and white musk. This is another really pretty, I would call it a skin scent from Fleur. This is called a Soft Spot, and to me, this one I love when I'm on like a tropical vacation because it kind of gives me this really soft resort-like vibe, but it also is very close to the skin as well, like Missing Person. It's kind of like the more tropical version of Missing Person, and it's not tropical in a fruity way, but it smells like just an expensive resort is what it reminds me of. So if you're looking for something you can wear in like the spring and summer, but it's not giving fruity tropical like coconut vibes, I think this is gorgeous. The notes on this include bergamot peel, mandarin and freesia, heart notes of jasmine petals, water lily and vanilla orchid, and the base is amber, sandalwood, and musk. So beautiful. I'm noticing a lot of these Fleur scents have similar notes, but they all smell so different. Number 12, this one is pretty popular, I would say. It's called Father Figure from Fleur, and I just have a smaller size of this, but every day I keep telling myself I want to get a bigger size, but it's not something I would wear every single day, but something about this always just like makes me happy. It's such a unique scent. Again, it's very much like a skin scent. I think you could put it in the same realm as Missing Person, but a little stronger. This one's definitely unisex, and it's like a fig based scent, but I think that's why they call it Father Figure, because it's unisex. So it can smell a little manly sometimes, but not in a cologne like way, but more in a very clean man kind of way, like just fresh out of the shower. I think it is stunning. I know I have a lot of Bath & Body Works fans here on my channel. If you guys remember Guilty as Fig, they launched this year in the Everyday Luxuries collection. It is actually duping this scent. So if you liked that one, I think you're going to love this as well. I know I mentioned this has fig in the notes, but it's not super fruity at all. It's just very skin musk, very soft and a little clean, a little masculine, but I think it's really good, and eventually I would like to get a full size. This has top notes of water lily, lush fig, and cassis buds, heart of orris root, iris flower, and jasmine dew, base notes of skin musk, vanilla Madagascar, patchouli leaf, and sandalwood. We are on number 11, and for this one we have Cherry Stem. Now, this one I feel like so many people are loving right now. This is one of their newer ones that released, I would say, the end of this year. And it is a nice cherry, but I will say that cherry dissipates pretty quickly, which I kind of wish it lasted a little bit longer with that delicious sour cherry that's in the opening, because it is so juicy, like tart and mouth-watering. But it's not a medicinal cherry at all, and I feel like that's like the main talking point about this fragrance, is because everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't do cherry because it smells like medicine. But this one, it's not like that, because it's not super sweet. It's more of a leathery cherry, if that makes sense, but it is really delicious in the opening. But if that note just stayed throughout, it would definitely be in like the top 5, because I love a cherry fragrance. But you definitely get more of like the soft leathery notes as it dries down. It's a little woody, very sensual, very nice for fall. I personally didn't think this one was as rave worthy as people were making it out to be, but it is still a very nice fragrance, especially for these cooler months. This has top notes of black cherry and orange brandy, heart of red freesia, sugar jasmine, and plum nectar. In the base is ebony woods, warm caramel, and soft leather accord. All right, we are in the top 10, and at the 10th spot we have Not Your Baby. I feel like this is one that people don't talk about a lot, but I really fell in love with this fragrance. It was one of the first fragrances from Fleur that I personally really enjoyed, and it's kind of weird because it kind of smells like a baby doll head. But I feel like that's so nostalgic. It just reminds me of my Barbie dolls for some reason. This is another kind of softer, I would say, skin scent again, but man, it is beautiful. It's very like sweet, a little bit musky. I get like a slight fruity note from this, but it's definitely not a gourmand or anything. But I do like this, again, better than their Missing Person. I think it's beautiful just because it's a little bit sweeter, but literally it just reminds me of a Barbie doll. So I personally love it, and maybe it's mostly for the nostalgia factor, but I think it's worth checking out. It has top notes of cardamom and bergamot, heart of mimosa and violet, and a base of vanilla milk, sandalwood, and tonka beans. And I really do think they were going for a baby doll smell, because I feel like that's why they named it Not Your Baby. Okay, number 9. So this, I think they have on the Fleur website now. I know there was a big debacle with this because it was a TikTok shop exclusive, but this is really fun. A really good fruity scent from Fleur. We're back to the fragrance mist again. This is their Vanilla Blackberry. This one is still fairly new in my collection, but I feel like this is a very sweet, almost candied-like blackberry. I think it smells very good. I definitely get an even mix of the two, the vanilla and the fruity blackberries. It's a little tart but also really sweet as well. The notes on this include blackberry, bitter orange, black currant, heart of purple freesia, raspberry blossom, and vanilla orchid, and the base of ambrette, musk, and amber woods. I can definitely smell that black currant note. It gives me similar vibes to Lush the Comforter. If you guys know that one, they have it in a bubble bar and I think a shower gel now. And that one has a strong black currant note as well, where it's very sweet and fruity. But yeah, usually some of the fruitier berry scents like this are towards the bottom for me, but I really love the sweetness that this one has, so it does rank in the top 10. Hopefully you can get your hands on this one. I'm not quite sure. I know for a couple weeks ago, I thought I saw an email that said that they put it on the Fleur site. Number 8, this is also one of their newish ones this year. This is called Mrs. Snif. This one kind of gave me some nostalgic vibes a little bit. I feel like it is so fun. It's supposed to be inspired by a Granny Smith apple, and you absolutely get the apple in here, but you also get some really pretty like dewy floral notes as well. So it's more like a fresh fruity kind of scent, and it reminded me a little bit of DKNY Be Delicious, which is one of my OG favorite scents from back in the day. But I do feel like the DKNY is a little sweeter and has maybe less apple. This one I think has actually more apple than the DKNY, but I think it is such a fun take on an apple fragrance. Every other apple fragrance I get usually smells more like apple pie or a caramel apple, where this one was definitely more of a fresh floral take, and I think it is absolutely beautiful if you want something kind of fresh and fruity for spring, summer. The top notes are Granny Smith apple, pear, and watermelon, a heart of apple blossom, violet, and pink lady apple, and base of pink praline and musk nectar. Number 7, we have coconut skin. This one came out with their caramel skin. I think it was like right after vanilla skin came out. So one of their fragrance scents they've had for a couple of years. And this one's very interesting to me. It literally smells like a musky, like coconut toasted flake, which sounds weird, but I think it's really good. I typically don't like a super sweet tropical coconut, and I feel like this one has enough musky and coconut milk notes that kind of tone down that sweetness for me, where I really like this one. So if you like more like a musky, milky, kind of toasted coconut, definitely check this one out. It's not as sweet and tropical as like Bath & Body Works Frosted Coconut Snowball or the other ones they do usually every single year. But I personally think this one smells very unique and really good if you want something that's not super sweet. The notes include top notes of palm leaf, caramel gelato, and coconut, heart notes of frangipani, tiare blossom, jasmine absolute sambac, and base notes of liquid sandalwood and salted amber. I've never seen a liquid sandalwood note, or I wonder how that literally smells different than regular sandalwood. All right, number 6, another fun tropical scent. This is Beach Skin from Fleur. Again, if you want a really nice, sweet, fruity tropical scent, this is the one. We got this summer, and it is so nice. It's not just a coconut or just a sunscreen scent. I feel like it has enough sweet, fruity notes that differentiate it from every other tropical scent out there. There is a little bit of that sunscreen note, but it also smells very high-end. I'm smelling a little pineapple, some coconut, palm leaves, literally like you're sitting in your beach cabana by the ocean, sipping maybe a pina colada. This is delicious. One of my favorite tropical scents to date from any brand. I am going on a cruise next week, and this is definitely coming with me since we're going to the Bahamas. So this will be perfect for that. This one has top notes of oxalic accord and pink pepper, bergamot, heart notes of solar accord, coconut muguet, and melon, and base of sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. It is beautiful. If you love a tropical scent, you have to try Beach Skin. We are in the top 5 now. These are my true loves from Fleur. Even though like all of their scents, like I mentioned, are good, but these are truly the best of the best. Number 5, Caramel Skin. This one can be hit or miss. I just feel like caramel scents in general are so hit or miss, but let me tell you, to me, this is the most realistic to the T, just straight caramel scent. It literally smells like a jar of caramel. exactly. It is so good. If you love True Gourmands, I think you're going to love this. It is like a deep caramel sauce. So delicious, very edible. I feel like this one's perfect for fall and winter because it does have that richness to it. This has top notes of bergamot and caramel. I swear they put bergamot in every scent now that I'm reading all these notes, but trust me, it's not noticeable in all the scents, but they seem to love having a bergamot in the top note. They also have heart notes of warm milk, vanilla bean, caramel cream, and the base is brown sugar, sandalwood, and milk. And truly just the most photorealistic caramel sauce that you can get. So good. Number 4, we have their newest launch of the year. I think hopefully they're done with scents for the year because this can kind of just be the official ranking. Otherwise, I'm gonna hate if they like launch one more before the end of the year's over, but they've been launching so many because I feel like most of these actually came out this year. This is their cashmere skin. This is absolutely stunning. I did not expect to fall in love with this, but it is so beautiful. This is also supposed to be a little similar to Missing Person, but this one to me is the Gourmand version of Missing Person. So freaking pretty. This smells like sweet, soft cashmere. There's like a milky note in there too, marshmallows, vanilla. It is so pretty. Cashmere definitely has a specific scent, so keep that in mind if you have not tried a cashmere scent before, but if you have, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's definitely a very specific scent that cashmere has. Someone had said that they think it smells smoky. I personally don't think that. To me, it smells like a feeling. I don't know. It just smells like getting cozy in the blanket on a cold winter day. That's how I describe a cashmere. But this is beautiful. It does remind me a lot of a few of my favorite scents. So if you like scents like Bath & Body Works, Snowflakes, and Cashmere, if you want a longer lasting version, this is really good. Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth and Philosophy Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's definitely in a similar scent family, but it is so good. I'm really pleased with this one. I could see this being just a really good everyday wear for me, and still in that more soft skin category. This has top notes of cyclamen, almond, and cashmere. I do get the almond in this too. It is so beautiful. Middle notes of cream, vanilla, and santal, and a base of ambre, musk, and Peru balsam. Number 3 is gonna go to Strawberry Letter. This one took me so by surprise when I got it in. I feel like this was so unique for its time. It is such a pretty strawberry, one that hasn't really been done before. It is more of a, I would say, floral strawberry than it is gourmand by any means, but it's still very sweet, but it definitely smells a little more realistic to a strawberry and not super synthetic or artificial. So it's not going to be like your strawberry pound cake or anything like that. But I really like this, and I feel like it's like maybe most comparable to a scent like Burberry Her, but I personally think this smells better. It's less, I would say, floral than Burberry Her, and it just smells like a really good, yummy strawberry. Slightly floral, but not too much. I think it's perfection, and I've loved this one since it came out. This one includes top notes of cassis leaves, strawberry gariguette, I have no idea what that is, plum nectar, hard notes of wild lily, red poppy, and apple blossom, and base of earthy woods, tonka bean, and sugared amber. Alright guys, number 2, we have to give it to Vanilla Nectar. You guys, I fell so in love with this scent this year. I think is when it launched. Oh my word, this smells so good, and it is very unique as well. It smells like nothing else I have, but it is probably one of my favorite sweet fruity scents to date. It smells to me like a really sweet apricot literal nectar, where it's almost going to give that super sweet syrupy vibe. It is so delicious, but the vanilla mixed in just makes it that much better. I cannot recommend this enough. I've seen people compare this to smelling like Fun Dip, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, it's definitely, I would say, very candied almost, very candy, sweet, vanilla. It has top notes of papaya nectar, apricot, and sugar tangelo, middle notes of peach blossom, coconut orchid, and jasmine dew, base notes of whipped vanilla, cedar, and honeyed amber. It is so good, you guys, and again, so unique. Nothing else is like this on the market. When I'm saying I don't like super fruity scents, but I love a gourmand fruity scent, this is what I mean. And we are at our number 1 spot, and for this one, I actually have the fragrance mist and I have the perfume, and they're both going to be the number 1 spot because there is not really a big difference in between them. The scent is identical. Honestly, you could probably just go with the fragrance mist and it lasts, to me, just as long. But we have my love Vanilla Skin. This one is so good, you guys. I use this way too much. It's one of my go-to vanilla scents. It works for any occasion, and especially love it in the fall and winter time because it is like, it's giving vanilla extract, but it also has a little bit of a woody base to it, but it's not too much in my opinion. I think it's the perfect amount just to give it a little warmth and longevity. There is definitely a lot of similar scents out there to this now. Like Victoria's Secret Bare Vanilla is a little bit similar, and of course we got the Ariana Grande Plush Vanilla this year. I'm still using up my Fleur Vanilla Skin. I will always love this one, and if you guys like those kind of slightly woody vanillas, I think you should definitely check this one out. It is top tier for me. The notes include top notes of pink pepper, pink apple, and sugar crystals, middle notes of lily, jasmine petals, and cashmere wood, and a base of vanilla, sandalwood, and agarwood. So that is my final Fleur ranking with 24 scents from them. Definitely some of the most perfumes I have from a brand besides Bath & Body Works probably. I probably am going to declutter a couple of these that maybe are not at the top of my list just because I don't want to keep stuff in my collection that I don't love. But yeah, I've been waiting to do this video. I'm so excited to finally share with you and share my favorites. I would love to know what you think of this ranking, if you agree with my picks. If you have different opinions, let me know. And if you've been looking to try out a new scent from Fleur, hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will, again, link some of my faves from these down below and put everything in the YouTube shopping tab here that should pop up as I'm talking about them. But thanks for watching. Let me know which brand you would like me to rank next, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.